The biggest battle that we will ever have to face is the battle between you and you. It's the battle of taking your mind to that limit and then breaking through. On the Mindful Experiment podcast, we will be interviewing individuals who have done that, who have gone through the struggles, who have tried to create a reality and all that they could. And when all the odds were against them, they made the impossible possible. I'm your host, Dr. Vic Manzo, and I want to thank you for being on the podcast and taking this journey with me as we go through and discover different avenues to break through those limits, different avenues to help you expand your reality so that you can evolve into the person that you desire to be. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. In today's podcast, we are talking about the one thing that we've all made. The one thing that we have all created. It is the one thing that I don't know anyone in the history of humanity has never done before. And that is, my friends, excuses. That's right, we've all created them. We've all created an excuse why we're not doing X, Y, Z. We've all created an excuse why we didn't get X, Y, or Z. Why didn't we achieve X, Y, Z? Why didn't we do, be, have, all that good stuff? Now, in today's podcast, though, we're creating a Smackdown on it. I'm going to get straightforward with you guys. I'm going to put it in a perspective that's going to make you look at excuses and go, why the heck would I want to create these anymore? And really give you something to really empower you and inspire you to take a different perspective, take a different look when it comes to creating excuses, to know that, is it really just life getting in the way? Or am I just creating some BS excuses, right? So let's just jump right in. What's an excuse? It's simple as just saying that you can't do something because something X, Y, and Z. I'm too tired. I don't feel good. I don't have enough energy. So let's put it in a fitness world, right? So going to work out. Well, I don't work out, but I know I should. But I don't work out, but I know I should. Okay, so there's the should part. So you're shoulding all over yourself. And now when you should all over yourself, what ends up happening is you're saying to yourself, you're beating yourself up, you're putting yourself in shame, guilt, and so much more because you know you should be doing something different than what you are doing. But you're creating an excuse beyond the whole purpose of that also. And so when you look at life, look at and check, have a meter of your excuses. Know when you're creating an excuse. Know that because you know you're creating an excuse when you say, I should be doing this, but I should be doing that, but there's that whole but that comes in. The whole but yeah, that one I don't like. When you say buts all the time, you're changing the perspective. It's kind of like, honey, I love you, but you know the whole course of that conversation is going a whole different way. Yeah, you love me, or honey, I think you're so amazing, but. Or, you know, your boss is looking at you. You've done such amazing work. I love what you've been doing and so much more, but it just changes the direction of everything. So be careful with all the buts you use, because it definitely changes perspective. It's going to change what you were directly going to go to. So excuse is just putting, honestly and straightforwardly, excuse is you're pushing away what it is you desire. You're pushing away what you want. Simple as that. You're pushing it away. We talked about a podcast with the resistance. Check it out. I talk a lot more about that, but it's a resisting. You're pushing it away. You're telling the universe, yeah, I thought I wanted to do this, but yeah, no, but there's the but. No, I don't, today, no, I'm just not in the mood. I'm tired. I just been stressed. There's a lot going on in my life. And I'm not saying that things don't happen and things happen in life, but the thing is, you can't create excuses. Don't let them become excuses, because then you're kind of pushing things away even more. You're losing out on momentum. You're losing out on moving forward. That's the key to achieving and attracting anything as you desire. That's the experiment behind all things. So when you look at your life and you're creating all these different excuses, how are you going to get to the results? You're not. If you want to be the best shape of your life and you know you said, hey, I need to work out 5 days a week. That's my goal. Okay, 5 days a week. There's nothing less than that. You can do more workouts per week, 6 or 7, but you're not going to do less than 5. If you do, you're making excuses. If you do, you're buying into stories that are going to pull you away from the results of what you want to achieve. I mean, folks, let's face it. You're creating a goal and a vision. This is something you want. It's something that's going to better your health, your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul. You're going to feel better. I mean, come on. When you're fit and you're feeling better and you're feeling tight and you're feeling good, and I don't mean tight like flexibility-wise. I mean just tight. Your body's fit and toned. I don't know who doesn't feel good when they're like that. I know when I was in the best shape of my life, I felt better. I had more energy. I could handle more stress and the things that come with life a lot better when I'm more fit and in shape rather than when I'm not. And so the key thing is excuses. The excuses drift you away from what you want to achieve in your life. Excuses is what creates a distraction. The excuses is what you allow for anything to get in the way, to pull you away from what you're supposed to do. And I'll be straightforward and honest with you here because this is all about the Smackdown. If you're creating excuses for something that you want to create and do in your life, right? You want to create a goal. Let's say to be in the best shape of your life, or let's just say to run a 5K in 24 minutes. And you're not doing the work that needs to get there, you don't value it enough. It's not worth to you. It's not worth that much to you. It's just not. And I'm just being straightforward. Because when you create excuses, those are things that you don't have enough value to. You don't have enough anchors into to know why and what you're choosing to do that for. It doesn't pull you enough. Tony Robbins talks about burning the boats. When you burn the boats, you'll figure out a way to get there. If you really want to get there. If you really want to survive. If you really want to go to where you want to be and do. Burn the boats. The boats are the excuses. Burn them. Get rid of them. Because excuses is you pushing away and telling the universe, I really want that, but no, I just, not today. I'm going to, maybe another day, or it's just not worth enough for me. And you're pushing your dreams away. Yeah, that's really what you're doing. You're pushing your dreams and your goals and your visions. And and there's no right or wrong. So don't take it like, oh man, he's really harping today. I'm not. The thing is, I'm just trying to put in perspective because at the end of the day, it's up to you and what you want. And if you're okay with it, then that's all that matters. Know that. But what I'm trying to create in this podcast is for you to see how to take things to that next level, for you to see how you can really blow up and thrive and create more goals and visions and more fulfillment and create more inspiration and understand those infinite possibilities that you have within you. And when you create excuses, you limit those possibilities. When you create excuses, you're starting to push away those dreams and all the things you want to achieve. Excuses are one of the biggest dream killers that are out there. People say procrastination is the biggest dream killers. I say excuses are because in order to procrastinate, you got to create excuses. And so when you're looking at these excuses, you got to focus on and pay attention and have a radar of when you are. And one of the simplest ways is I should be doing this, and you say the word but. Okay, those are two things that I've noticed in my life and other people's lives, working with people for the last 7-8 years. You start to see patterns. Humans have these patterns, and I'm very good at picking them up. And so when I start to see the shoulds and the buts, I'm like, yeah, let's work around that. Let's try to pull away from that. How about just do it and that's it, right? You focus on a goal, you create a vision, that's it. And I'll share a personal story. Let's see now. It's been 280 days I've been doing this, and it's not just one thing. But 280 days ago, I was talking to my coach, and we were talking about I was doing meditation real regularly every day. I was doing my breath work most days. I wasn't journaling as much. I wasn't doing other things that I want to do as consistent. And then one day we were just talking, and I just said, you know what, man, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of letting myself down. It's not about others, not about you. I'm talking about my coach here. I said, it's about me. And, I really thought about this in a meditation, and it was just like, it's about me at the end of the day. I'm letting myself down. I'm not being the best of who I can be. Who is the best of me? I really don't know. It's an infinite potential. That's what I do know. But I need to start sticking to something. I need to start saying, if I'm going to do this, I'm doing it. And that's it. So I made a commitment that day. And I said, yeah, I'm doing some meditation every day, but you know what? I'm going to commit to it every single day, no excuse. I'm going to do breath work every single day, no excuse. I'm going to do gratitude writing every single day. 5 things that I'm grateful for every single day. Wake up in the morning and do appreciation. Every single day I'm going to text my wife, give her a video, note, whatever it may be, and just let her know what I love and appreciate about it and honor her the most that day. Right? Then I'm going to focus on my body. And if I'm not going to work out that day, I'm going to do a walk. I'm going to keep movement going in my life. I'm going to read something inspirational. I'm going to read a little bit maybe read a book for 5 to 10 minutes. I may just listen to a video that's inspirational, that teaches me something new or new concepts or something like that. And I started committing to that. And 280 days later, I'm still doing that. I have not missed, guys. I journaled this down. And it's not for anyone. And I'm not here to impress you because that's not the point of this whole thing, not even this podcast. It's to press upon you, when you don't make excuses, you get stuff done, period. So what is it in your life? What are you going to commit to? What are you going to say, I'm not pushing my dreams away. This is what I want to do. Because when you create excuses, you may let other people down, but more importantly, what's the most important one is you let yourself down. And you're letting yourself down and limiting to what you can be. And for me, it came a point in my life where I was just tired of that. I knew I was worth more. I knew I was worth everything, my value and all that I could be was worth more. I mean, it even happened when I wrote my book. It took me 54 days to record it. I did some video. I basically talked and dictated into something, and it transcribed for me. And I took about a month and a half off because I wanted to just reset, make sure my mind was clear. So when I go in to finish to fine tune everything, it would be perfect. And there was a hiccup along the way. I could have created a lot of excuses. The transcribing didn't come out well at all. There was good sentences and really a lot of bad sentences. And so it got to a point where I basically had to rewrite the book. And that was like around January 12th, 15th. And I was kind of like going, oh man, 12th. Okay, I got a little over a month and I'm going to take my time with this. Hopefully by March 1st, I'll be done. That was my goal. We got 2.5 chapters in within about a week and a half. And talking to my coach, and he's like, and we got about 3 weeks left. And he's going, all right, no more. Let's get this book done. No more excuses. We can let a lot of things get in the way. You've had some things pop up. Yeah, that sucks that this happened and this happened. He's like, but give me a date. And I looked at him and I said, February 15th, no excuse, I'll have it done. Hell, when I made that declaration, I was done by February 13th. And that's because I didn't let no story get in the way. I had events, I had life coming up, I had life things happening, but I had to figure out ways in my life because I wasn't going to let myself down. I wanted this book done. I wanted to be like, I got a book out there. It's my first one. The first one's always the hardest one. After that, things get smooth. And I got it out. It's done. I'm an author now, and it's all done. And now it's published. It's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and so much more. And we're only marketing it through our outlets right now. And next month or two, we're going to be really pushing it out there to really get this information out there to help people really start to create a more empowered and inspired life, fulfilled life. Because I know from what I'm sharing in there, for what it has done for me, helping my other friends out, sharing these kind of concepts and what it has done for them, and just helping other individuals who I work with, maybe patients, maybe my programs that I do online and stuff, that I have seen the positive impact of how it has transformed them. And I knew that this book is going to do that for them too. So when it looks at your life, you just can't make no excuses. You just got to do it, right? No buts, no shoulds. Think in your head, an excuse pulls your dreams away. An excuse pushes things that you desire to achieve and have in your life, and it pushes it away. It's enough. It's a time has come where we got to stop letting excuses get in the way. And one of the biggest ones I always hear is time. I don't have enough time in a day. I don't have enough time in a day. And I always look at that and say, well, Elon Musk, owner of Tesla, SpaceX, and so many other businesses, Charles Branson, Mark Cuban, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, owner of Amazon, Oprah. All these people, they all have the same amount of time you have in a day. 24 hours. That's it. No one gets more time than that. But it's how effective you are with your time that truly changes things. And we talked a little bit about this in our time management podcast. And we'll be launching one of our first programs coming out in June is going to be helping people, because I just hear this too much that I'm like, enough's enough. I'm going to put a really amazing time management series program out there for you guys. I'm trying to see if I can get an app to help you in the process. But if not, we're going to use I'll have an app to be able, you can use to put this together. And we're going to really talk about hammering time management and using techniques and sequences and tips and tricks and all the good stuff to put in a program for you so that you can manage your time and control your life again. So that you never use that excuse of, I don't have enough time. When I look at patients and I work with people and we talk about, hey, I need you to meditate every single day, 10 minutes. Oh, doc, I'm just so busy. I don't have enough time. I just don't have time. Things are just so busy. Life, kids, this and that. I don't have time. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Go to bed 10 minutes later. Eat lunch a little less so you can meditate 10 minutes. I mean, there's so many ways you can do it. I look at my life and I go, even on the days when I'm working, I work full days, even through lunch, I'm not seeing people at the office, but I'll be at home doing work. I still make time for all the things that I do. If I have a speaking gig that I'm going to go speak at a corporation and so forth, I'll wake up earlier so I make sure I do my work before I go. So I don't miss the mark. I'm not missing the mark. I'm not cutting myself short because it's me and me only. I'm not letting excuses get in the way. Don't let them get in the way. They're like a weed unnoticed. If you let a weed grow unnoticed and you think, oh, it's fine, it's only one, give it time, there's going to be more. Because you're training your mind and teaching your mind that excuses are okay. And then once you start creating an excuse on one, you're going to make multiple excuses on the other. There's a patient I work with, and I've been working with him for quite some time. And one of the things is we've been working on this whole excuse thing. I've even given him a book on it. And at first, we bump heads sometimes. We just bump heads because there's so many excuses being shared. And I just start saying, enough's enough. Enough with the excuses. Let's just do. Let's just focus on different aspects and let's just trust the process. And it's funny how things are turning around. It is. It's amazing. I say funny because I just sit back and laugh because it works. It's just the law and how things work, and it just amazes me every time. So when it comes to your life, when you're looking at your life, pay attention to the excuses you make. We all make them. Sometimes they sneak in, but remember, the key thing is to catch them, stop them, and then just commit to what you can do. And if it seems like it's overwhelming, do a little bit at a time. Just hammer things out a little at a time. And when you do the little bit at a time work, that's when it makes it a lot easier for you. You start to organize your life a little bit, or you get a little bit more focus. But stop making the excuses because it pushes you away from what you want to become. And every day that passes is a day that's gone, that you'll never get back. And it's also a day that's one day sooner from when you'll be leaving this planet. And I know it's dark and grim, and I'm ending the podcast on that, but it's a true perspective. I had someone say, another day done, another dollar made. And I said, yeah, that's one perspective. I go, the other perspective is it's another day closer to your death. And he's like, whoa, doc. And I'm just like, I'm just sharing perspectives. Because every day that passes is a day that you're closer to passing. And your time will be left gone here. So you really have to put in perspective of looking at your time and saying, man, I really have to make this day worth it. And how am I going to do that? And one of the easiest ways to do, besides controlling your day and your time, which we'll talk about at another time, check out my time management podcast, will be to stop making excuses. Thank you for listening to the Mindful Experiment podcast. For past shows, please visit www.empoweryourreality.com. I hope this show inspired you and added to your life to help you rediscover who you really are, to break through those limits. For connecting with us on social media, please check us out on Facebook at www.facebook.com/empoweryourreality. You can check us out on Twitter. Our handle is Dr. Vic21. And also check us out on Instagram. It's instagram.com/Dr. Vic Manzo. And as always, if this show you found to be helpful for you, by paying it forward and sharing this podcast with someone that you know who could benefit from it. And last but not least, if you liked the podcast show, please give us a review, 5-star. We'd appreciate that. Thank you for listening to The Mindful Experiment, helping you discover your infinite potential.